Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 162 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name's Geiger, and that is Christian.
Let's get this bread.
And we are your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. This week's topic, as chosen by us, is capitalism.
That's right. The ever-spinning wheel that keeps the world running.
The system that allows someone to go from rags to riches. With,
or the other way as well.
Almost no exceptions.
It works great for everybody involved. That's
pretty
right.
much 100% of the time. If you got rags and you prefer riches, just let's go ahead and do that then.
Yep. You got to will it into existence. That's right.
Yep. A lot of bootstraps come into play, I believe. Whatever that is. Never had boot with straps on them, so don't get it.
Boots guy myself, no.
Yeah.
Wonderful, yes.
I think of boots as Antifa type people doing.
On the ground, for sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't think the capitalists would be all about bootstraps and stuff.
No.
It's ironic, is what it is. Deep irony.
Capitalists are really into irony. They're on a fourth level right now. Yeah, almost to the fifth. Terrific.
Hey,
yes.
Speaking of multiple levels, there are multiple levels to our Patreon. You go over to patreon.com/reportthispost. You sign up at one of these 3 levels, I guess.
Correct.
And the first level you get for $5 a month. You get a full episode of this guy every week, plus an additional bonus episode. The next 2 levels, I don't remember what you get, but
for the second level, after 3 months, you get to choose an episode topic of your want.
Yes.
And then on the third level, after 2 months, you get to choose an episode topic. Those times are arbitrary because it's mostly when I remembered to let people know that they're up for it.
Yes.
Or when people reach out and say,
hey, it's been 7 months. Am I allowed to pick a topic yet?
And I say, no.
Yep. You say, sorry, you missed your window. You should have. The deal has expired. And you've given us $25 a month for no reason at all. Cool.
Other than the great content you get every week, after week, when we remember to record. Yes. Only on Report This Post.
And just the satisfaction of knowing you're supporting a great cause. And you're also participating directly in capitalism because you're a capitalist, as it turns out, all of our listeners.
Ooh, tough words.
They love to buy stuff, these people. I'll tell you what, can't stop buying stuff. Their iPhones, their Starbucks coffee, and yet they call themselves socialists. Can you believe it?
Their avocado toast.
Yeah,
that's right.
I bought avocado toast for the first time in a long time when I was in DC on the day I was extremely hungover and I couldn't eat it, so I just threw it away. The wastes of capitalism, right there, folks.
Great analogy for this entire episode. Wonderful.
Yep. I mean, there was a homeless guy, his face against the window, staring at me as I locked eyes with him, dumping it into the trash.
Making you rock hard.
1,000%. Hey, well, anyway, what is capitalism exactly? Because last week we defined socialism.
Sure.
And capitalism, as we also discussed, is the yin to socialism's yang. The what did I say? The Jerry Lewis to Dean Martin.
That's right. Yeah. The Abbott and Costello of
yeah.
economics. Yes. So capitalism is often thought of as an economic system in which private actors own and control property in accord with their interests, and demand and supply freely set prices in markets in a way that can serve the best interests of society. The essential feature of capitalism is the motive to make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But it helps society, as it said there, so...
that serves the best interests of society.
Okay.
But those interests are based upon who has the most money. So it's probably a little bit skewed there.
But if they've earned the most money, that they probably are the smartest people, right?
You know what? Yeah, because there's definitely people out there who have earned $1 million all on their own. Yep. Even hundreds of millions of dollars on their own. From their own
could even
hard
say
work.
a couple $1 billion. Might even be. Cool.
Great.
Well, that's capitalism for you. So now you know. You've been hearing all the kids talking about it. So we now have a great description, and now we have some posts that aren't so great. And I think we should just go ahead and start reading those things.
I would love to do so. A young woman.
The quicker we do it, the better. I get what you're saying.
A young woman who goes by Fella Is My Name on Twitter posted this. Capitalism is inherently evil, but if you're really going to tell me that supporting black or queer or women or disabled-owned businesses is as bad as supporting Walmart, then you're not a communist, you're a fucking crackhead. And then she quickly followed it up with, I'm a black person who has literally witnessed people doing crack on the streets of San Francisco. So I get to say crackhead, but odds are you don't.
You have to witness it to be able to say it?
Yeah, that's right. I think there's a couple layers here of how you get to say the word crackhead.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, just go ahead and cut to the chase. If you're black, you can say it. I'm guessing that's what she's getting at. But I would also deduct blackness for being in San Francisco. So... just one of the least black towns around. A lot of capitalists there in that place. Seem to be where they all hang out for the most part.
Yeah. San Fran, you mean?
Oh, sorry. Or Frisco, as the natives call it. They love when you call it Frisco. Yeah, so... I feel like I haven't heard crackhead thrown around.
That's early 90s. That was a big in the early 90s. You would call everybody a crackhead. That was a fun thing. You do the me Chinese, me play joke, and then you'd call your friend a crackhead. So
you had fun doing it. No phones anywhere.
Folks, there used to be a time in the 90s you could pull your eyes to the side with your fingers and say me Chinese, and nobody would bat a fucking eye. And now... we got all these fucking SJWs.
Yeah.
God damn.
Well, if you're going to do it, don't record it and then put it on the internet, which seems to be a big problem. People seem to have not figured out.
That was the thing we didn't have going on for us. We didn't have the internet when we were doing the doing the racist caricatures.
I sound like I'm 700 years old when I say this, but I don't think there's any video of me as a kid anywhere. Because my parents didn't have a video camera. And no one, there's no recordings of me as a child, but it was in the fucking 90s. It wasn't. It's not like I have one daguerreotype of me. It's like, no, just poor idiots that didn't have a good camera to take video. So I don't remember what I sounded like or anything. So I'll never know. It's quite a bit different than today's kids, huh?
Yeah. Today's kids are all over.
Thanks to capitalism, there are phones in every pocket that allow recording. Well, speaking of phones, here's a post from Facebook by a woman named Sam.
Okay.
I fell asleep at the station while I waited for the train, and someone stole my iPhone and brand new Metro card. Fuck capitalism for creating the conditions where someone needs to go on my fucking body and rob me.
Wow.
And a gentleman named Rob responded, it's not capitalism, it's just greed and stupidity. Phones are perma-blocked from networks when reported stolen, but people are still dumb enough to steal them. And a woman named Paula said this to Rob, it is capitalism. When people are so desperate to survive and move up in the world to make it in a system that says you ain't shit if you don't have money, the system shares the blame. The system we are in is capitalism. Stop trying to invalidate someone's valid statement.
Yeah. I think that's what he was trying to do, yeah. Now, if I were in this situation, I would simply not fall asleep at the train station.
Right.
And save myself the hassle here. Or even better, I would buy a car and then not have to take the train.
Yeah, be a grown-up. Have a goddamn car. I don't care if you live in fucking Manhattan. Fuck off. There's cars everywhere there. You can't be one of them. Fucking loser.
Get a second job as a taxi driver, and you always have access to a car.
That's right. Feel free to be pissed off at someone who robs you while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Like,
don't for whatever reason, you have to turn this into some sort of political statement that it's capitalism's fault that somebody robbed you. It's like, no, I mean, in a grand scale, perhaps, but you can be mad.
What you could say is that perhaps there are more robberies in the system, but you're a fucking idiot to say, I feel bad for that person who had to rob me.
What you say is some fucking crackhead took my phone and my Metro card while I was asleep.
Yeah, I'm going to guess this woman blames a lot of things on capitalism. I don't think this is the first time it popped in her head. She brings it up quite a bit.
Mom and Dad no longer speak to me due to capitalism. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
My stick and poke tattoo has become infected due to capitalism. And
stick and poke tattoo. What does that mean?
That's when somebody gives themselves, or a friend gives them a tattoo with a needle and ink out of a Bic pen.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So quite literally, the words mean what they mean. Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great.
Well,
we wish this green-haired woman with big glasses all the best in getting her phone back. So.
Yep. Maybe she should actually track the guy down and apologize to him.
I hate to do this, but could you please give me my own possessions back to me? Mm-hmm. I know it's capitalism's fault and all, but great. Hey, someone asked Cora, should I end my life because I ruined myself financially in the stock market? And a guy named Barry Geisbers answered, should a baby end its life because it falls down while learning to walk? No. Do what a baby does. Learn from your past mistakes and enthusiastically train yourself to stop repeating them. I fell down last week in some soft grassy weeds. I laughed about it. Here I am, over 60 freaking years old, and when I fail to pay sufficient attention, I can still fall down just like a baby. Now get up off the floor, quit whining, and get rich enough to achieve financial independence. As always, upvote and follow me, either if you are entertained by my answers, or if you decide to be humble enough to be a baby again and learn how to walk before you attempt sprinting towards the financial finish line.
Barry sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I clicked on his profile here. Very long bio. I know that, and this is after several paragraphs, I know that this is just Quora, and it is devolving into purely entertainment, but I have limited time, and so my block and mute policy is as follows.
Oh, good.
First thing he says he'll block for is Indians asking for answers to interest rate problems.
So specific.
I don't know why your teachers assign so many interest rate problems to you, but they aren't useful to anybody. Financial calculators are widely available online for free. They almost always give the correct answer and take less time to use than to type your question on Quora.
Indian? You had to say Indian, guys.
Just say anybody. But I'm curious, like, how many Indian guys are hounding poor Barry Geisbers. He's like, you know what? I just got to put it in the bio. I just got to say something. Normally I wouldn't, but I mean, come on. It's getting out of hand, guys. Like, I'm an open-minded guy, but I mean, these fucking Indians.
Oh, good. God bless this 60-year-old man who just has a no tolerance policy for specific guys asking specific questions. Yeah. God bless him. Oh my god.
Barry Geisbers. Great name. Hey, I found one of those real awful Instagram meme accounts that people share. It's named Ghosted 1996. Hundreds of thousands of followers. It's a drawing of a mother talking to her daughter. And it says this. So when a man and a woman really like each other, they have sex for the first time. The woman becomes more open afterwards because her objective is to be seen as human, while the man simultaneously becomes quiet and emotionally withdrawn because his main goal is to access her body without connection. And by the design of white supremacist patriarchal capitalism, each grows to resent the other's nature because they are inherently unable to fulfill each other's needs. Yeah. Yeah, that's the design.
That's what's going wrong for me then when it comes to women. I got it. It's
right.
The patriarchal capitalism's fault.
Yes.
That none of this stuff works out for me. Got it. Okay.
What?
At least there's nothing wrong with me, so that's good.
Wouldn't the patriarchal part of that
be me?
Nonsense? No. Well, no. I'm saying the patriarchal part of that would be the thing that would reject the idea of the people resenting each other's nature, because wouldn't patriarchal want them to be close to each other to have like a family with the man in charge of the woman and all that? Why would this?
And folks, if you're enjoying this little slice of the whole podcast, of course you can listen to the entire episode over at patreon.com/reportthispost. $5 a month, you'll get the entire episode every week, plus a bonus episode. And of course, you get to support us, the most important people on the planet.
This
I think
is somebody
she's an idiot.
that's this is somebody that was born in 1996.
Ooh, if we're lucky.
With a meme account.
Yeah.
Who is just posting, seeing words, making image macros, and then posting them in order to get a bunch of people saying yes underneath, and hand clap emojis. So
yeah, this lady looks pretty much like what you would think.
Big glasses again. More big glasses. Yep.
She has. She shared a TikTok video when a man tries to admin a meme account. And, I can't even imagine watching that. Just cried for 45 minutes because men often have difficulty finding emotional intimacy and vulnerability in their friendships with other men, and it affects their ability to witness their own humanity, which forces them to live inside two worlds, the actual world and the small, spiritually desolate world within them, which functions as a cage instead of as a truly free inner life.
She said she cried. She cried about two guys she made up. That's what. Included a picture of Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. It's these two men can never connect on a truly emotional level. They'll always tap dance around the actual elephant in the room of their love for one another, and that's so sad to me. So deeply sad.
Men are bad at texting because reading their own thoughts typed out is literally too vulnerable for them.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with women?
Yeah, this is just like an account for exactly the type of dumb bitch that loves this stuff. The real whores that are always online.
Women are not okay. There's some trouble afoot for the fairer sex out there.
Hey, ma'am, delete your account.
If you're listening, and we know you are,
mm-hmm.
Go ahead and put it in the old shit can and do us all a favor. Thanks a lot, sweetie.
Yeah, and I'm not vulnerable at all. I just right before the show, I texted you calling someone a fag. I had to be open about doing that. To be clear,
he sent me that's what he sent me, not great, cool. All right,
you called him the N-word.
Okay,
which I thought was a step too far.
MSK Vor asked,
President Barack Obama, by the way, is really bad.
Will I be given diapers while in the hospital? Over on adisc.org, the website for adult babies and diaper lovers. User H2004200012 commented, only if you happen to wear them when you are admitted. The likely chance that they will keep you in them, expect a really crappy diaper unless you bring your own. Bob111 replied, I pity your American capitalist approach to healthcare. All you get is the cheapest unless you pay extra. Mm-hmm. Amen, Bob. Mm-hmm. And Pure Eternus added, being European, I totally agree with you. We have good quality healthcare where I live in Belgium. When I visited my grandfather at the retirement home, I noticed they used Tennis super diapers on incontinent people. I have even stolen a few when I got the chance. I'm not proud of it, though.
Yeah, that's, God, to be caught doing that would be... Well, you know what? I'm going to guess humiliation's a part of this guy's kink. I'm just going to go out way out on a limb.
Mayhaps.
So he probably would have really enjoyed that.
Well,
Brutal.
I mean, we're circling the rim here on what the solution to capitalism is,
right,
and
don't
it's
say the rim. I'm talking about that.
And it's to steal diapers.
Uh-huh.
That's how you get back at the man.
No, I think he did it because of the, you're forced to steal things in capitalism because you need to survive. That's what this guy.
Super incontinent style diapers in order to keep carrying on in this freaking hell world that we all live in.
Yeah, it's a fucking hell world out there, people. It's such a fucking hell world. Yeah, cool. User Love Me Don Lothario posted this on Tumblr. What's up? I fucking despise the way we as a society have normalized caffeine addiction. Capitalism says it's literally impossible to both earn enough to support yourself and take proper care of your health, let alone engage in hobbies all at once. But good news, your desperation to relieve yourself of the exhaustion we force on you creates demand for an unregulated, mildly addictive drug. User Rainbow Lowly of Justice said, it sounds less like capitalism, more like some of y'all need to actually learn to lay off the fucking coffee. And Self-Winding added, the popularity of coffee started way before capitalism, and in general, people have always liked consuming mind-altering and addictive substances. Alcohol has been popular for a long, long time.
True. Yeah.
I would say both of those things were sort of enjoyed before any sort of society happened.
Of all the things to get mad about and somehow tie back into the downfall of society, why choose coffee of all things? And if I have to see the word normalized one more time online, I'm going to shoot myself in the head. So,
yeah.
Hope I see it.
I think it's more that people just like coffee.
Yeah.
And they like their big dumb Starbucks drinks. Like you can blame certain types of, like, you could say capitalism has helped normalize like big disgusting 600 calorie coffee drinks. But I would guess that stuff has even less caffeine than your typical coffee drink.
Oh, for sure. Because there's so much ice in it, and they put in the heavy milk, heavy cream. God, just give me 10 cups of black coffee every day, and that's all I need in order to not step in front of a bus.
Just
what keeps me
quick little 10. Just quick 10 spot.
That's all I need. Between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., 10 cups of coffee, and I'm good to go.
Right over to beer. At 1:59 and 59 seconds, you hear the in the office.
And then we're cruising on a solid 12 pack until 8 p.m.
I was until 5 p.m. when you get home, and then it's time to have some good drinks. You
right onto the Malort that I have shipped in.
Oh God! It's funny to think a guy who like stealthily tries to drink at work, like puts it in his desk or whatever, but he doesn't like do a bottle of vodka. He just has like cans of beer. You just hear the every 3 minutes.
He's walking out with a gigantic backpack, and it just
you just hear the empty cans just going in, like just not even caring at all.
Well, see you tomorrow, and just like walks into the side of the door and kind of bounces around like, oh. Yeah, be safe, Jim.
Big puffy red face, just every single goddamn day. He's like, all right, hey, you know what? That's capitalism for you.
But he's the best damn accountant in the county, so what can you do, right?
They wrote a song about him.
Believer 109 posted, conservatives are actively discriminated against in the United States to our true unpopular opinion, which is like the conservative version of unpopular opinion. On Reddit, people are downvoted, reported, and banned just for saying they support capitalist ideals. The same thing happens on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other platforms. In real life, conservatives are being banned from media appearances, college campuses, etc. Even people who supported slavery when it was being abolished weren't treated this bad. Even people who supported racism well into the 1960s and 70s, cough, Joe Biden, cough, aren't treated so bad. And Basil99 replied, okay, so let me get this straight. Conservatives talk about how triggered liberals get when faced with the most mundane of issues, then go ahead and cry about Reddit downvotes? And that was the top comment on this post.
This guy thinks updoots and downdoots are trivial, huh? Mundane.
You sweet summer child.
My gosh.
There's so much to learn.
You think it's easy getting 12,000 karma?
You think it's easy to get Reddit gold from some guy who stole his grandma's credit card in order to pay for fake money on a forum website?
Yeah.
Okay, Joker. Whatever you say.
Yeah. Whew. Boy. Yeah, I think I would say anyone that's just posting on Reddit regularly is probably triggered by all sorts of dumb shit because they're mentally ill losers based on almost every post we've read on here.
Is that a fair? I don't know if that's fair. Is that fair to say?
Is it fair? No.
But is it accurate?
But is it a belief that I hold? Yeah.
One of your many beliefs that people don't like to hear, but will come to accept. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of, this is from Tumblr. Health is rooted in capitalism. The reason diet culture and gyms exist is solely to make money. Pure and simple. We created this false doctrine about health to convince people that if they eat these, quote, healthy brands, go to the gym, and try these diets to lose weight, then you'll be healthy, aka skinny, and beautiful. Which, of course, means spending a lot of money to achieve this ideal body that society has conditioned us to want. And yes, doctors are well aware of this. They know losing weight is impossible, yet they keep suggesting it. Why? Because patients will keep coming back after these failed attempts thinking it was their own fault. Then the doctor prescribes them another diet to try. Then the patient comes back again thinking it's their own fault. All the while, the doctors, gyms, and diet book authors have a renewable source of money. We need to fight against diet culture, and one way for us to do this is realizing that weight is not correlated with health. Back to our fat acceptance episode, which was a good one. You hear a lot of similar stuff to that. A few folks pointed out that the diet industry pales in comparison to like fast food industry.
Yeah, that's
any just potato chip. It like just Lay's is probably 1,000 times bigger than the diet industry as a whole.
For sure. I mean,
how can you blame that on capitalism with being totally unaware of the fact that you're a big fat fuck because there's the shittiest food possible on every corner?
Well, that's the thing, to call out like healthy food being more expensive, which as a whole it usually is. But the fact that the unhealthy options can sell so much more because they are cheaper. They're cheaper to produce. They're cheaper to market. They have an audience.
Well, if she's saying healthy brands, which is a sign that this person can't imagine eating things that aren't brands in some way.
Okay, so that's
you can just
my whole
get
thing.
Vegetables and shit.
So while I agree, and we did, like we said in the fat acceptance thing, that weight is not correlated to health, I agree with that. I can guarantee that the person that wrote this is in no way healthy.
No.
And has had family members like begging them to not eat, Carl's Jr. for every single meal.
Right. And they would also probably argue that there's no correlation between eating a lot and getting fat. So it's like
there is no science
combo
behind it. You pull off the blinders of capitalism and the diet industry.
Yeah.
God, that's such like a 1990s argument too. The whole diet industry thing. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I lost a bunch of weight is because I actually consumed less stuff. I was like, that was the least capitalist I ever was when I was not eating as much. And so the people that, like all the fat acceptance folks are also like very anti-capitalist, while they are like going well out of their way to indulge in the consumerist lifestyle of a big fat capitalist pig, which is what they are. So I think that's interesting.
There is no
very interesting
ethical consumption under capitalism.
Yeah, but they sure try to find it consume as much as they can to see if they're going to eventually find the ethical consumption.
Hey, well, congrats to this lady for not supporting healthy brands like I don't know what the hell's Quaker Oats rice cakes.
Quaker Oats. Yeah, I guess you're right. I was going to say. Speaking of the 90s, what was that big one in the 90s? The low-fat, smart something.
Smart ones?
Was that no? This was or Snackwell? Is that what it was?
Oh, I don't know.
Remember those?
No.
Yeah, it was a very 90s thing. It was when the whole like low-fat diet was big. Snackwells were like, yeah, these are low-fat cookies that you can enjoy.
Oh, okay. Tastes like shit. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're awful. And they're also like tons of calories in them. So people just eat them and be like, well, I guess I'm healthy now.
I'm still hungry though, so I'm going to eat 8 more.
Yeah, and 120 calories per cookie.
Oh, they're still out there and they've rebranded and it looks like, oh boy, that's rough. But they're nut free, so go wild, folks.
Yeah, so they're healthy.